What's up guys, it's WIdgeon TV here. Today we're going to be covering another weapon perk. This time we're going to be covering Rampage. So Rampage was a perk that I wasn't initially going to make a video on, but after I did some preliminary testing, I discovered how great this perk was, and I knew I had to make a video on it. Alright, so let's go in depth with Rampage. So Rampage is a pretty simple perk. The perk description reads, kills with this weapon temporarily grant increased damage, stacks up to 3 times. So obviously Rampage is all about the damage. So I tested Rampage on the Origin Story, but you can find it on a few other weapons, including this pulse rifle. But when testing with Origin Story, I got some pretty awesome numbers. So let's start with a control test. This is what I'm calling Rampage times 0, but basically the perk is not active right now, and the weapon is doing 60 damage, and we'll consider this the baseline body shot damage. Next, we're going to move up to Rampage times 1, and now the Origin Story is doing 66 damage per shot. And now we'll move on to Rampage times 2, and it's now achieving 72 damage per shot. And finally, when we move on to Rampage times 3, it's doing a much increased 79 damage per shot to the body. So let's convert that into percentage. So obviously Rampage times 0 is doing the baseline damage at a 0% increase in damage. And now we'll move on to Rampage times 1, and when this perk has 1 stack, you'll be doing an extra 10% damage. An extra 10% damage in Destiny is actually really good, considering armor-piercing rounds, the perk I reviewed last, the video will be in the description, only gave you an extra 5 or 6% extra damage in the best case scenarios. So I'll say that again, 10% extra damage is really good. So now let's move on to 2 stacks, Rampage times 2. So when this perk reaches 2 stacks, you'll be doing an extra 20% of your regular damage. Again, very good for this perk. With Rampage times 3, you'll be doing a substantial 32% extra damage. So I want to put 32% extra damage in context for you. So in Destiny 1, damage boosting perks like Glass Half Full and Headseeker only gave you a maximum of 10% extra damage. And that means that the 32% extra damage is very powerful in Destiny, like I've been saying, but you'll likely only be able to achieve the 3rd stack in very rare circumstances. You'll mostly be able to achieve the 2nd stack at 20% extra damage, which is still really good. Also, I want to touch on PvP real quick. The exact same effect happens in PvP as it does in PvE. You'll get an extra 10, 20, and 30% extra damage as you stack the kills. Although this is much harder to achieve in PvP because the Guardian's high health, but if you can stack it, you can get excellent returns with this perk. Anyway, that's all I have on Rampage. Thank you everybody for sticking in there with WIdgeon TV. I just got back from my vacation, so expect more regular videos. Consider following me on Twitter. It's the best place for me to keep in touch with you guys. And if you are interested in joining my clan, I called it Unraid, but it's actually switching to Bungie Babes. So look that up on the Bungie website, and I'll make sure to add you. It's called Bungie Babes. Alright, so this has been WIdgeon TV. Thanks for watching, guys.